One Step Ahead Podcast, episode 9. With just K this week, Adam had some stuff to do, so it's a two-man show. Me and K, episode 9. Enjoy.
All right, what is going on there, boys and girls? How is everybody today? Let me get make sure I got Joe here unmuted. I think he is already. Go ahead and give me a little test there, Joe.
Yeah, we're good.
Hey, all right, cool. I can hear you.
We're good to go.
Cool. On the road setup, I never know fully what to expect. I did a quick little check earlier, and I had all kinds of double audio going. I'm new to this microphone too. This is the Wave 3 mic. I keep looking over here for the camera. It's on this side this time. I like it. I didn't know that you can mute it from the top of the microphone, and earlier I had no audio, and I was like, what the hell is going on? And I just hit the button.
I use that thing a lot.
Yeah. But anyway, whatever, we're here. This is my Airbnb. Welcome on in. I had to change it around because the sun was way too bright yesterday, and apparently this class that I'm in this weekend, next week, shouldn't really last past like noon each day. So maybe more daytime content availability in the near future. But so I missed a bunch of stuff over the weekend, not being around. So go ahead and fill me in, Joe. How was the last week on the market?
Even though there wasn't a ton of content, like we only got the announcement that presents weren't going to be in the game till Zero Chill Part 2 until the morning of Thursday, there was actually a lot of swings like up and down between the market, and part of it was because of EA, right? Thursday, Friday, training instantly goes to, I'm going to say this number, to 6.5 unfiltered. All the way up to 7 per late Friday night as training was kind of getting taken off the market. And then, I mean, one of the bombshells, honestly, of the entire year, EA drops what I personally think is the greatest MUT bundle to buy for money in the history of MUT. It was essentially $25. It was a platinum bundle for $25. You know, you get 800K at minimum, and you could buy it up to 5 times, and it had drastic effects on the market. The training that was 6.5 going up to 7 per, all the way down, and was buyable for high overalls. That was the big thing, is high overalls weren't really, it's kind of tough to get them at the cheapest training, and they became essentially, you could snipe them really easily at 5 per. And well, with the TVP still being the game, it didn't take long. By Sunday afternoon, training was already kind of back up to 6.5 unfiltered. Monday, of course, you know, training down, no LTDs and TVPs. And now we're kind of like caught up to today, where once again, as long as there's an LTD and TVPs, training unfiltered, at least at 90 overalls, so I'm going to use a lot for this podcast, at 6.5 per, almost creeping up to 7 at the current moment, at least on Xbox. A lot of swings, though, a lot of opportunity. It actually was a really, I thought going into Thursday when we saw the initial concept, like no presents, I'm like, damn, it's kind of going to be a dead weekend. But EA being EA, actually, like being a little money hungry, kind of helped us a ton. Like I had so many opportunities to sell, buy, and it's worked out. Honestly, it's really worked out.
Yeah. Two things I'm going to touch on there. First, that bundle. This came out of nowhere, right? Like I was on the road. I stopped to get gas or use a restroom, and I had just, popped on like, okay, let me just check Discord before I get back on the road. And then you guys had caught me up on Discord that this was the best bundle in the world. You were sniping like crazy, and I'm like, of course I'm in the middle of nowhere in like Tennessee at the time, and I'm like, I have no shot at doing anything. And then I got to the hotel that night, and I went on and I looked at it, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'll wait till I get to the Airbnb the next day, get logged in. I was super sketched about buying anything through my account on hotel Wi-Fi. I was like, this seems like a terrible idea to get all my stuff stolen. So I didn't. And then I got here and I logged in, and they had killed it down to only one bundle a person. So that tells me that that bundle was way too good. And it took them a day to realize and go, wait, this is way too much. Like I think they wanted to do something big, right? And cause not just money wise, but just like cause an influx of higher overall cards into the game, right? Yeah. Like I know it's money. So like the first thing everyone's thought, oh, they're just, they just want it for money. I'm like, well, that's how they sell things, right? It's all they sell things for cash. But I feel like there was an intent to flood the game with higher overall stuff. Yeah. And it definitely worked. So I'm hoping that this isn't the only time we see a bundle. I was just going to say that. And not just this one specifically, but other, like if they drop more, how many people jumped on that and bought all of them? Right.
Dude, I know. I mean, my own friends that like rarely ever buy bundles were going on, be like, why not, right?
Right,
Like,
yeah.
I work $25, $800K. Like, why not?
Right.
Why not?
Yeah. For a deal like that, it's almost like we're starting to see maybe a switch over because everybody got so kind of disgusted with like, I won't touch a legend bundle ever again. Right. They're the worst thing for $100. They're the worst thing I've ever tried to open. But if you give me something that has really good value at $25, I'm like, yo, here's some money. I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm cool.
Yep.
Like, our whole platform, you know, yours, mine, Adam's, plenty of other people as well. Our goal is to get people to not have to spend money, right? But we also want to identify when something is worth. If you're going to, this is what you're going to do it with. And this was definitely one of those moments.
People, like, if you're ever going to spend money on the game, if you have any intent of spending money the rest of the year, go ahead and spend it on these bundles right now. And it wasn't even actually the first time. The AKA bundle that was out on, was it the previous Monday that was like 50 or 75% off as well? Yeah. That was a bundle also that was really, really good value. And I'm curious to see if we get that once a week, and not just, you know, I think it will have, again, like, big swings on the market. So it gives us opportunity, and I'm excited for that. Yeah.
I think that's part of the intent, not just with the higher overalls, but I think they notice, and I think it's bad for the game as a whole when the market is stagnant. So swings up and down, I think are good for the game as a whole. It shows engagement. You know what I mean? If there's nothing in the store to buy, people aren't buying anything off the auction house. It means they're not opening up coin packs either because nothing's selling, right? If everything's stagnant, and that hurts the perception of the game of engagement level, right? So throwing in something like this, go, hey, look, we did something cool and new, and everybody went out and bought it. Let's do more of those.
Yeah. Hopefully exactly.
Yeah. So, okay, let's talk about training for a minute. These swings. Swings. Last week you were pretty down, man. Last week you were pretty down on training.
Look, I'll say this. I did not think the TVP was coming. The TVP has changed my entire outlook on training, because the TVP, in my opinion, is like, it's an insurance policy.
Right.
I know for a fact, and we've seen it, if there is an LTD in TVPs, training will be at around 6.5 per unfiltered. So it's changed my I really want to know, if the TVP wasn't in the game, I really don't think training would have moved that much, especially with no presence last Thursday, because the zero chill roll, as always, promo rerolls this year, they're brutal. Right. So it's essentially the only reason training did go up was because of the TVP. It's understandable. But
Yeah. I feel like the game itself, the market anyway, is very dependent on those this year. This is a very different year. I feel like this is testing any market future guy that, you know, pretends like we know what's going on. All we can do is look at the past and go, it should do this. That's as far as we can go with anything. But this year is so different in terms of the content that's coming out. The timing of it is even a little bit different. The TVPs have thrown everything out of whack. But there's still swings. There's still things to be done. Yeah, I still think if we were buying training at 5 or less, you're still in a good spot. Yeah. And even I was doing this yesterday for the first time in weeks, and God, it felt good just going through and flipping in one day. Just going out. I was on like 91, 92s, or I was on 88, 89s, and I was just buying them for 8 to 12,000 coin profit per quick.
My biggest thing this weekend was kind of flipping, but in a different sense. I would just go through my binder, you know, every few hours, and if I had a card that went for above, I'd say even like just 6.7, 6.8 per, I would go ahead, because I was kind of low on coins. I'd go ahead, sell those cards, take those coins, and then go, because you were able, the thing is, even though the unfiltered prices were at 6.5 and above, you were still able to buy training in the low fives. I was going to find like a 5.2, 5.3, and it's like, when I get asked like, yo, I have this amount of coins, should I invest in training? My answer to that is like, why not? You know for a fact that you can sell, my thing in 90s. You know you can sell 90s for 65K or higher. Yeah. As soon as there's an LTD, and why are you not spending? I mean, I'm broke. I have 600K right now in my account. Why are you not buying 90 overalls at under 52K? When you know for a fact you could always flip them and make like your 5 to 6K. Right. But you also have that potential that we've always been talking about, right? With these presents, that it could go a lot higher than that. Yeah. This week is going to be tomorrow. Really, I think it's going to be really telling, and then we'll know everything come Thursday. I don't want to go into that too far yet. Yeah, I don't think they'll show the present rerolls. They'll talk about them.
Yeah,
but I don't think they show
they
them
might
at
not
all.
even. We might get like literally TJ to say the word presence like twice in the whole show.
Yeah.
So I'm not expecting. I'm trying to temper expectations or hopes or anything so far. But we'll go into that in a minute. That's going to be I think a deeper dive discussion. I'm going to go back to TVPs real quick. Have you rolled any yet?
Nope.
Okay.
I've actually opened. I've opened 2 or 3. I opened 2 or 3.
Okay.
I've just been very patient. My entire
Yeah.
focus, on stream, like I streamed 3 days in a row, and you could ask my stream. All we were focused on was buying cheap training. It was the entire focus. I even like in terms of how much you could tell, like I improved my stack going into the weekend. I had I think it was 9.2 million training, and I had like
Oh my
2
God.
or 3 million coins. And
Okay.
now I'm up to 11.5 million training, and I'm broke. So I've gained like an extra in terms of coin wise, like 1 million training by flipping and like selling the cards for high training and then going back and buying training for super cheap. And the thing is, I've only been buying, I've listened to you about this. Like I've only been buying, trying to even numbers. 90s and 92s have been my priority when it comes to, because I'm planning on reselling those because they go for a higher ratio.
Yeah,
than the odd
they
numbers.
always spike more. And I've been tracking it all year, and it's so weird. It's not
I've
weird.
really
We know
started to
why.
focus.
That's the so I'm a data analyst by trade, right? And the one thing that like triggered me on that was like, okay, well, these are always different. The only reason those prices jump the way they do is because they're grouped together, right? Like 88s and then 90s. That's what people see. They don't see 88 and 89s. They see 88s and 90s.
Cheap.
Yeah, that's why I was sniping 90. Like if you look right, like they're literally a full point under, right? Like the even numbers would be like 6.5, and then the odd numbers are at like 5.7. It's absurd. So if you want to buy training to get training, buy odds. If you want to flip evens, because the price range is so much higher.
My kind of plan is to, exactly like you said, I'm going to quick sell a lot of my odds and sell all my evens pretty much.
I think I'm probably going to go the same route, and just wherever I end, Thursday is going to be whatever I'm at on Thursday. That's what I'm doing. So for the TVPs,
what is your plan? I'm going to lean into this. All right.
Okay,
What is your plan to like your sell plan necessarily for training come Thursday? Let's say hypothetically it goes up to 7 per across the board. What is your plan? Because we could potentially on Saturday get that GOAT bundle again, and it would lower it back down to
we could. Yep, 100% we could. I mean, obviously I'm going to play it by ear, right? But the target will be, I'll probably take the top maybe 3 or 4 training values, like the worst ones, if they're like 7.2 and 7.3, and sell those and start getting some coins back. Because as much as I love making coins, I really, really love opening up presents on Saturday and just having that that excitement to go along. And then knowing, like, I have 11.5 million coins right now. So Christmas morning, I know I can go buy everything, right? We're starting all over again. It's going to tank out again. I don't think TVPs are out for long, knowing that the market's going to be at literally 2 on Christmas. Right, if it's struggling to get to 6.5 now, I think Christmas has to be down to 2. So we'll see.
It's gonna bounce back fast though.
Right? Yeah.
It's
right.
gonna bounce back super fast.
Yeah. So, and not just load up on a bunch more training, because I'm gonna have a ton from opening up all the presents. Right. What I want to do is like, if there's 1 or 2 more players that I'm like, I really want that guy, but like Bruce Smith, right? My favorite player, really want Bruce Smith. Not for 800,000, I fucking don't. If he's like 200, then cool, we'll talk about it, right? But so to me, that's how Christmas goes, because now we're getting closer to end game, right? We're getting close to the MUT season and all that, and things just get a little bit more wild. AP becomes much more of anything I can get for 0 AP going forward becomes a must-have.
That's become this game, man. It's just AP. Who's got the best discounted abilities?
But it's all tied to your scheme, though, right? Like if you have 0 AP runoff elite, you're on my team. Like that's it. You are on my team. Like that is it. I don't care about any other stats. Like that's it. But so as far as the TVP goes, I did roll a little bit on the first day that came out because I was all excited. I'm like, all right, cool. We'll take 100K and go nuts with it. And then halfway through, I was like, this is really, really stupid. Only because I look at the TVPs as a no change in value.
Yeah.
right?
When you open them.
Yeah, I get nothing from opening them right now. There's nothing I can pull out of that right now outside of a limited that when TVPs are out are 400k anyway. So I'm like, what am I rolling these for? I'm hoping for what, an 88 platinum at best, maybe a 93 redux. Everything else, I'm like, this is pretty mid. Like, I have no purpose to do this. All this is doing is changing my training into coins, which I'm not opposed to. Right after Christmas, sign me up. Right? Like January 3rd, they want to roll out TVPs again. Cool. I will take all of my training and turn into coins, and then we'll start over again. And I'm cool with that. But for right now, training is at such a premium, I don't feel the need to turn training into coins now, even though I got it at 5, knowing it's going to go back down to 2 on Christmas. I feel like if I roll TVPs now, the best I can do is be down 50%. Because in my brain, because it's like my brain struggles, right? So I'm like, okay, I bought these at 4.5. So I'm rolling them at 4.5. So I only got to get like an 83 platinum and I win, right? But in my brain, training's at 2. I bought it at 4.5. I'm already in the negative. And I'm like, I can't win off of these right now. So I'm like playing, you know, I'm like, oh, it's playing this like back and forth game inside my brain when I look at the TVPs. And then I really do think that I'm going to transition into presence here a little bit too, talking about training. I think the big thing that is being not overlooked, it is unknown because we are elitists, right? In this game, we know everything's coming out. We've nitpicked every little detail about every pack, every store offer, every bundle, how the market's going to move. A lot of people, I'd say 90% of the player base is going to get in and log in on Thursday and go to roll presence, and you're going to see a ton of people pissed off and confused that they can't quick sell them.
Yeah.
That is going to hit some people in the face and they have no idea. And that is going to drastically change, and they might blow their load, right? They might go through all 400,000 or 500,000 training that they have and then go, oh, let me go see what I got. I'll go quick sell the smalls because they're really dumb. And then find out that they can't and go, well, shit, now I have no training. What do I do now? And now they have no choice but to buy back in. And we are going to take full advantage of that.
Dude, when I first saw that info, when I first saw presence working meal to be so originally I'm like, dang, I'm kind of mad because, you know, when you're trying to hunt the super rare ones, you kind of want that. But then I remember, I'm like, wait, first off, the smartest way to attack opening presence is to keep everything. So EA is kind of doing you a favor where you can't roll and you can't be dumb by re-rolling. And then the last thing I thought, I'm like, wait, this was how it was in Madden 15 through 18 when there was no training. You couldn't quick sell. The only thing you could do was trade presence.
You could sell them in auction house too. You could sell them.
You could?
Yeah, because it was wild.
15, 16?
Yeah, because some of them, this is when I was poor and I didn't know how to play the game, but they'd be like 300,000 coins. I'm like, damn, what's in that? Like, nobody even knows. Like, it was crazy to me.
One of the years, Dave.
Yeah.
But I remember one of the years you couldn't sell them and all you could do was trade in it. I was trading them back and forth to my friends. So I don't think it's that bad. It helps. It helps training.
Man, if they add them back in trades though, that'd be if you can't quick sell them, I'd be pretty cool with that.
Trading, I always thought trading would be really fun, especially if you have like certain rare gifts that you don't want. You want this other gift. That's how it always used to be. But
speaking of though, man, Derrick Henry QB is going to be a monster.
Dude, he's going to be in the game.
Oh my God, he's going to be nasty. He's a bastard.
Like a 92?
He's a bastard. He better be a 95. He is a son of a bitch in this stupid Deck the Halls game. He's a monster.
I bought a bunch of 92 stocking stuffers. That was one of like the things I liked buying. Originally it was like 130 I was buying at, but then once the Saturday rolled around, you were able to buy them at 5 per 110. So my average is like 120, and I have around like I want to say 60 or 70 stocking stuffers.
Holy cow!
So
okay.
I'm really hoping. Yeah, it's part of the training. I'm really hoping that we get some really good Part 2 Zero Chill Masters. It's like the only thing I'm going to wake up for on Thursday is I'm going to do those sets and try to sell those guys off initially. But yeah, Zero Chill. We'll see how they.
Right. I do think I am with you. I think the stocking stuffers are a really good idea to load up on. I did hear some people tell me they're making a killing just playing these stupid Deck the Halls games, which are time consuming.
Just solo house rules games, right?
Yeah, but if you do get it, you do get a lot. I think almost enough players to build a stocking stuffer. Or more than that. I think you get more. You might get more than that. I don't know what goes into it to build one, but you get a lot of players. And I know some guys were literally just playing that, and it said he came in. He was able to build 2 or 3 champions in the past couple of days by only doing those. That's a big come up, right? If you're not, especially for solo grinders, and you're struggling, like this is. I mean, I talked about it a little bit yesterday in stream. I know EA's had a lot of mishaps this year, especially surrounding field passes and whatnot. But I feel like I gotta give credit due where it's due. The amount of free stuff you get in this program alone.
The presents in the field pass. You get so many presents in the field pass.
Yeah, the presents. 292 BND stocking stuffers, which is the norm, right? That's the norm. You would get 2 of those BND heroes, essentially. But you get a BND champion. That's unheard of.
At the end, yeah.
That's unheard
really
of.
Good.
I can't recall. I couldn't recall another program where I got a champion for free in a long time.
Yeah.
From just playing the game.
Level up too.
Yeah,
I've barely played it. I'm like level 20 already. I've played only the solos, so.
Yeah, I'm 34, and all I've done.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about this. Like the Zero Chill Field Pass is awesome. I think they killed it on that.
Yeah, I agree. They really did.
Maybe content has been a little bit lacking a little bit for Zero Chill, but Field Pass has been amazing. 100%.
Yeah. We'll see. And I always like for Zero Chill specifically, I always try to get people to temper their early expectations.
Yeah.
Because we've all seen it before. Zero Chill is a 2 or 3 part program. The first one comes out, people are like, this is the worst program ever. The second one comes out, I'm like, it's still pretty mid. And then the third one comes out, like, this is the best damn program I've ever seen. So it's like, we'll see. Thursday, there's a lot riding on Thursday, right? Not just the presence, but I think the players too.
For me, it rides on Ghosts, which will be the following week.
Yeah.
I think a lot of pressure's on Ghosts for me because Ghost usually is the one that delivers, right? You're not getting just 2 or 3 95 or whatever. You're getting 895s, 894s, 893s, and some LTDs. Like it's a lot of content. So
yeah,
Ghost for me is probably where it needs to. That's where we're gonna. I think it's gonna make or break. At least the content. Presents will always like do enough to make it to where I'm enjoying the program. But
yeah. I can see the chat. Bo Jackson as a gift. God, I hope so. I don't know though, because his Nike Run Connect thing, I think is one more. No, this is the last one for it. I think it's one more. So he's still out in that realm. I don't know if he doesn't come out until later. But I really, really want that card too. God, can you imagine? My team's going to be gross. I'm already murdering people with Michael Vick and Nick Chubb. If that changes to Bo Jackson and QB Derrick Henry, just good luck.
I need to buy my team, but I'm like, originally my plan was like, oh, I'm going to buy my team on Christmas or whatever. But then I'm like, wait, TVPs are going away. I'm going to have to sell my team in like a week or so because TVPs are going away early January. So
right.
Early January is when I'm going to buy my team. I don't really know. I'm going to join the overall race soon. I want to be the back-to-back first to 99 this year.
Okay.
So. And my coins are finally at a good amount. I hope so. We'll see.
Yeah, no, it's going to be fun. I can't wait to see how you turn those out.
We'll see, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm comfortable with mine. I do want to point this out. I was selling limiteds the last couple of days, old limiteds that I've had in my binder for a while for like 460 and up. Guys that are perpetually at like 410 and never move, like left tackle, like Deion Dawkins, like Russell Wilson. I kind of feel like ahead of the next batch of Zero Chill coin sellers were loading up on limiteds and their prices were cruising.
The Mike Williams, the Dexter Lawrence, and even the past 2 the week LTs from last week, they boomed. But
yes,
I think a lot of people are getting a little bit of a false. LTDs aren't really my favorite this year. I truly think 99%. The reason those players went up like crazy was because of the bundles, right? It was just platinum bundles for $25.
Yeah, right.
Everyone got again, it's like basically a make rights of coins. Like everyone just got a ton of free coins.
Yeah.
And I think that's really what made Mike Williams.
That's a really good point.
Kind of seeing. Yeah, I'm like, wait, why are these guys up so like Dexter Lawrence is not that good of a card.
Right.
He goes from 400 to 650. Mike Williams, I understood, but I'm like, wait, why is Dexter Lawrence up in price?
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute. They're essentially platinum bundles for $25. That's why they're so expensive.
Right.
Now you look at John Lynch, for example. Everyone's like, oh, John Lynch is going to go to John Lynch is still only 450. He hasn't moved that much. And I do think he will eventually become a good price. But it was, I truly think those bundles were the reason, because we've seen, I mean, LTDs have been so inconsistent this year.
Yeah.
They go from, some go from 400 to 450 only, some go from 400 to 500, and others like will not move. It's really, it's really weird. For me, the only way I'm targeting LTDs, and the other thing as well is like people were asking me like, oh, are you buying John Lynch? I'm like, no, I'd just rather buy training. And that's kind of like also why I didn't buy John Lynch, why I didn't buy Mike Williams and them. But I will say I'm going to target if there's LTD ghosts out, because of I always love buying LTDs going into a market crash when people buy back their teams that worked out really well for Harvest, especially with offensive alignment and stuff. So I'll probably do that for ghosts, but LTDs have been so, like, if you use them in the loan system like you do, they're still really, really good. But if you're trying to make just strictly coins, like the I don't know how the wording is, like the cost you're spending, right? You're having to spend 400K. You're just not, I don't think you're making enough for it to actually garner the investment. I'd rather put coins in different stuff.
Yeah, I've always been on that side. With that same 400K, I can invest that into 20 different cards, right? And then there's just more possibility there for an uptick.
Like, I know training, like I could buy right now at 52. I know at any point I could probably sell for 65 and up. Why would I not take that 400K and buy, what is that, 8 of those cards where I know I can make 6 to 7K minimum profit on those instead of buying one card and
and hope you make 40K on it. It just has to swing so much before you turn green, right? Even if you buy it at 400, it's got to hit 450 before I'm making anything. And this year that has been a struggle.
It's tough. Yep.
That's
I think it's
why,
just because the TVPs, their quantity is so high on these cards. Everyone pulls TVPs. Everyone is storing like 2 or 3 of them.
Right.
The minute they creep up in price, I'm selling.
Yep. So. Yeah. And that's the ones that I was selling were guys that were on my team that have eventually gotten pushed out. And I just held because I'm like, well, you're still at 420. So I'll just wait, I guess, or I'll just quick sell you later. Or guys that I pulled and they were just sitting there from when they were 400. I will say that John Lynch card though was an absolute stud. I love that card.
He's a good card.
I moved him over to free safety, so he's lurking in the middle of the field for me in cover 3, and he's just gross.
Another thing about LTDs too is they redux these cards at the most random times. You don't even know,
and they're fast this year, man.
Bro, you used to get redux like it was a minimum 2 months after you had an LTD.
Yes, the cards
now
forgot
you can get
about.
Redux 2 weeks after. It's so like, I think another aspect of LTDs and why I'm not really like looking into them is they kind of nerf theme teams a little bit, like for the worser LTDs, with like the legend theme team being so good. You know, last year I could buy crappy LTDs that came out on Thursday, right? The rainbow LTDs. I could buy terrible cards, right? Kendall Fuller was not a good LTD corner last year, and like he goes from low 400s to 700K in like 2 days. And it's just this year, unless you're a rare position, I feel like the most LTDs that go up in price are the legend. Like the legend linemen are the ones that kill, and it's because they're legend theme team, they're a rare position, and they're usually the best in their position for a good amount of time for where you hold. Yeah. Like a lot of these cards, you buy a running back, you hold it for a week, and there's 3 other running backs that came out. Right. It kills your investment.
Yeah. So I ended up selling Faneca over Blitz because I couldn't justify holding a 700,000 coin left guard. I was like, I'm sorry, homie, you're really good. You got to go. I can get somebody else almost as good with post up for 1 AP for, next to nothing.
I'm really hoping we get a lineman LTD at least. We have 2 more Saturdays till Christmas. Yeah. Hopefully one of those Saturdays we get a legend LTD that I can kind of throw some coins in, because that I think will be worth it in the long run. Hopefully,
at least long before TVPs come out, that'd be nice. Those guys don't. Well, I lied. I did get John Lynch for 411. That was the cheapest I saw him Saturday. That was the one thing I did get on to buy Saturday night at the hotel. I was like, I don't want to wait till Sunday, because Sunday's very, very random with those. If they're going to be solid or not. All right, what else we got? So the presents are coming out. You doing all small and medium, or are you going to go in? Man, you think, okay, so what do you think the odds are that you can just buy extra large ones for like just for,
I don't think they're going to do that.
Just for like,
I don't think they're going to do that.
A guessing game. Say smalls were 10,000 training, mediums are 20, larges are 40, and extra 10, larges are 100. You think they sell extra larges for 100,000 training?
Maybe
that's a $500,000 coin, right? That is people
do like a one-time offer.
100,000 training if you bought it at 5, is 500,000 coins for one card, right? People are like, oh, I'm gonna roll this. I'm like, okay. I'm like, you understand? People are like, I'm gonna, they'll come back
really
and tell me
hope
like,
they
oh,
don't.
I made 300K out of my 100K training. I'm like, cool, that's terrible. You don't want that.
I want to see like what the smalls. I think that what the smalls last year, present wise, were valued at like around 10K. Mediums were 30. Larges were, I think, around 75K in terms of the rolls, like how much it costs to roll.
Yeah.
Those I want it to be somewhere around there. I'm really hoping they don't make like the smalls 30K.
No, yeah, I don't think they do. That was just
60K.
it was the easiest numbers for me to roll off in my head to kind of, double them up like that. But
We'll see.
man, I really hope I have a small fear that presents are just in the store to buy, and there's not like a roll for, like not like a random offer for it. Right, like that's
you don't think there's a random.
I have a slight fear. Even on Thursday, I'm not going to roll until I can verify visually, like someone posts a video of an extra large coming out of a small or medium present roll.
Or medium. Yeah, my thing, and I think everyone in the chat listening, I don't think you should roll. There's no reason to roll right away in the morning. I'm probably, first off, as a streamer entertainer, I am gonna wait to roll anything on stream, but I think everyone really should wait to see the odds. I mean, I don't know. I've already been talking to Grant. He's like, it's definitely going to be a lot harder to get odds just because you can't quick sell.
Right,
so it's
right.
Gonna take people are going to burn through training, but he's going to try to get the odds on the small, medium, large, and different rules. So we'll see. The thing is, okay, with EA, now this is like a plead to EA. Since you're making it not be able to be you can't quick sell the presents, right? So you don't know the actual value of the presents. There shouldn't be a reason to make the rolls that overpriced. So you know how like, let's say, when they used to do the like you could just roll for strictly a hero. Like last year you could roll for 90 overalls, and they would make it like 130K snow, and you would get 120 or 115K snow player.
Right.
Like, okay, you're kind of just choosing to use the snow to like liquidate it, right?
Yeah.
I really hope with the presents they're not doing you roll 10,000 training for a medium gift or whatever, and they're valuing like the medium gift at 6 or 7K just because it's a roll. I hope they value the medium gift at 9 to 10K because there's no reason not to, since you can't quick sell it. Value it at that like 9 to 10K mark, and like hypothetically speaking.
Like the last 2 years.
We don't know until the rewards.
Right, yeah, until we open them.
We don't know.
I feel confident though, because I do know the last 2 years the present value, even for small and mediums, was really, really good. Because they're plus packs, right? We know it's not like you're getting an 85 out of it, right? You know it's a plus pack. And it's higher than we anticipate, right? I think the low ones were like 82 pluses or 84 pluses.
It was 80, 82 plus. I'm going to go back and watch, actually. I was kind of thinking, I want to go back and watch what all the presents were, so I kind of refresh my mind, because to be honest, it doesn't look like they're changing too much when it comes to like, the same lovely large.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I want to get a refresher on what the gifts actually gave out. Because I think just the way I'm looking at it, right, the small, medium, and large base ones, I think we could almost guarantee there's some sort of 80 plus, 85 plus, 90 plus. We can almost guarantee it's going to be something which is good. That's a good gift to have. So
yeah.
We'll see. I'm hoping also, I know a lot of people have been asking, like, are there going to be, I really hope there is like extra large rare gifts, even though they're not great to chase.
Right.
I want to have something to like go after. Like I want to go after a 450K snow gift last year. Those were really fun to go after. So
exactly. Yeah. I don't want to,
we'll see.
Especially as, being content creators, I don't want us to sit there. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and burn through all my training now and open up all these presents. And you're just going to watch me open up smalls for 3 hours, right? I'm like, no, I need that chance for an extra large to pop. I need something cool to happen.
Exactly. Yeah.
So hopefully that'll roll out in a positive way. I do remember
it's going to be a wait and see.
I do remember
they're not going to tell us anything on stream.
So. No, it's going to be a mystery come Thursday. I do remember pulling a lot of like 90 pluses out of small and medium packs, though. Small and medium presents. There was a lot. Some were massive terms, especially. I remember the Team of the Week ones being really, really good. Legend ones being really, really good. I think those were really the Redux mediums, I think. were like my favorite ones last year. This year, I'm probably pretty out on Reduxes because Reduxes are market value within like 2 days.
Yeah,
They're dead right out. But I think the limiteds, or I'm sorry, legends and team of the week ones for sure are my most favorite ones. And it did not work last year. We kept trying to save the presents until Saturday to open them, the legend ones, to see if we can get the new guys out. And I don't think we got anybody from the new batch out of them. So that was a waste. So I think I'm just going to burn them all on Christmas Day this time instead of holding on to them.
Yeah, last year I was a little bit irresponsible. Not irresponsible. I still made actually coins. I came out on top and I had a 90% large. I probably had 15 smalls, 15 mediums, and like 100 something larges. Of course, when it was in like my first year back, I'd say into the thick of mud, especially in the Christmas season, and actually having a lot of coins. So of course, I think I had all the super extra large rare ones, except I didn't have one of the teams. I think I didn't have. Actually, I don't think I had the Titans gift. I didn't have Derrick Henry.
Okay.
But I had mostly just larges, and I had all the extra large rares or extra large commons. Sorry. But
yeah, I think I had around 600 last year to open. It was a lot.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be smart. I'm gonna go out on smalls and mediums. I think. We'll see. Chat will probably bully me.
I know, right? You know it's gonna happen,
so,
right?
Yeah.
We'll see. If there's an offer there for X larges, I'll probably buy a couple. Just because you have more than I do, but if I went all in on training, I think I'm rolling around 5 right now. 5 million. So I mean, if there's a couple there for extra larges, I'll probably go in on it because knowing that one's going to be Derrick Henry, I get excited about it. And I mean, if you play this smart and you're set up on training, like, and you're done for Easter already, right?
Yeah.
Like you're just done.
I really like going into Zero Chill. I'm like, I don't know how much I'm going to spend on presents. I don't know how much I'm going to have. But now that I have the training that I have and we know what training is at and we know what it could potentially get up to, I actually now can spend like 25 mil on presents.
Right.
Good and have some fun, man. I haven't had fun all year when it comes to really rolling, except for the TVP. So I'm okay with going all out on presents.
Yeah, that's all it is. Like I said, I'll go all in on presents and then sit on the training. And even if I'm bored, I can just with the TV. The nice thing about TVP is it allows you for an easy way to turn training into coins.
Liquidate.
Right.
It takes 30 minutes.
Man. Yeah, it used to be a pain in the ass. Remember, it used to have to go roll a bunch of 85 plus programs and hope for the best.
Wednesdays.
Yeah, right.
If I ever wanted to liquidate, it'd be Walk Hard Wednesdays, and I would sell those. And but now
it was a nightmare. It just turned right to coins.
Exchange.
Yeah, instant exchange.
Yep.
I love it. Big fan. So we'll see. Hopefully, this all kind of stresses out into a. I just want to say, I just want a fun way, right? I want to see it drop out fun.
Yeah, that's been my word that I've been talking about with Madden 23 fun. I want to have more fun in the menus. So
yeah, I've actually, man, I gotta be honest, I've been having a blast this year. Not just with either just playing the game or in the menus. Either way, I don't know. This year's just been, I don't know, low key for me.
Roll for a little bit, just the promo rerolls, just to be a little bit more fun.
Yeah,
it's 90% lowest card.
That's true. I don't like the program rolls come out and I'm like, cool, not doing those. I think part of that though might be because the TVPs are guaranteed coins and program rolls are, and they always have been, but a guaranteed loss on training.
Yep.
Right. So I'm like it almost like my brain switched. I'm like, I'm going to lose on those, right? I can win, sure. But you're going to lose on them eventually.
I will say, if there was no TVP, I wonder if the Zero Chill reroll would have been a lot better if there was no TVP and the price to roll was super cheap. But then you also would think EA, you're the ones putting the TVP in the game. You know that training is going to go up super high. Why not make the Zero Chill roll odds a little bit better, knowing people are pretty much going to have to overpay for the roll? What you would say the roll's profitable or break even, probably in the low 4s. So why, when you know trading is going to be at 5, 5, 6, make the roll super bad? Right. I will say, fun-wise, speaking of fun, the one thing in the past week that's kind of been, brought to light amongst the community is Pro Star Fantasy Packs. Pro Star Fantasy Packs have been it's not like you're going to make coins every time, but they're really damn good. I'll say that. They got the odds boost last Thursday, and with training, it's the combination. It's a great combination, right? You get the odds boost of a pack, but training goes up because of something. So I opened I think I opened 2 or 3 mil on Friday night when training was at its most expensive. Also, 80s were super expensive because the new objectives for the zero chill
Yeah.
field pass, and I made a mil off those packs. Like, shockingly, I'm super against spending coins on packs, but those packs were very good. And now I think it's like every goddamn YouTuber has made a video about the Pro Star Fantasy packs, talking about how they're, you get 6 to 6.5 training perf, you pixel everything. Sorry if you're my dog in the background.
No, you're good.
She's barking. I don't know if it's picking it up, but yeah, those packs actually, I've kind of like laid low on those because training kind of like was down on Monday, down on Saturday, but it's probably gonna be something I look into, especially if training gets up to like 7.5 per unfiltered on Thursday, Friday. I'm probably gonna open some Pro Star Fantasy packs, man. They're very, very good. Like, very good.
Yeah. Chat's been bullying me into opening some of those a day, and I hate them for it. And of course, as I sit there and tell them how stupid of an idea it is, I get like a 92 out of the first pack. But then like that was it. Then the rest I got like a bunch of 83s in the next one, so I quit forever until
and so the
later.
other good thing was the team builders. I was just taking the low junk, selling the 80s, using 82s through 85s for team builders. Then see what I did. I took a little bit like of what we do, like holding training. I held 86 and up. Everything I pulled, I actually just held, and I'm waiting for training to go up. So
right,
get more value out of those.
Yeah, no, smart. Yeah, I have more. I can build more 88s right now. I haven't yet. Just waiting to see what happens. But like that is an option as training goes up to even watch those, because as lower stuff goes up, the 88s go up too. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'll see how this shakes out if I want to build more guys down the road, or just, liquidate and start selling again. I don't know if we see 80s hit 8,000 ever again.
Yeah, they won't.
That was incredible.
Until the next field pass. It's going to be something because it's now been 2 or 3 straight field passes where as long as pretty much what it is, it's hard to prep for because you don't know what the cheapest set is going to be in a program. Like, I thought there was going to be high golds for zero chill.
Right.
Yet the lowest card was 82s.
Yeah.
So you could actually just kind of wait until they show the reveal stream of the objectives and sets, then go all out. I mean, 80s I bought, I think it was like 20 or 25 80s. As soon as I saw the 82 was the cheapest set, I went out and bought 20, 25 80s for 2K. The night
That's real smart.
I could have definitely went out and got all more. I did it a lot more for the harvest thing. I went all out on it's like 78, 79s, I think it was.
Right.
Those
Yeah.
went up a ton or something like that.
Yeah, really, really under the radar move.
It is. It's kind of like comp field pass investing, but people like just completely forget about it.
Yeah, and it's so weird because they're not expensive cards to begin with, right? People are, and I didn't do any sets for zero chill because we had the what do you call it? Yeah, the Mutmas calendar thing.
That's what I'm doing to get the sets done.
Yeah, I'm like, I didn't have to do anything extra. I'm like, why are we spending 8,000? Like, you're doing this set for like 30,000 coins for no reason. A bunch of times too. They look like 10 times or 5 times, like a handful of times you had to do it.
Complete 1 set, 5 sets, and 10 sets, and people are just desperate to get their XP day one.
Yeah, right. I love it though. So it's people have that completionist mentality, especially in Madden. It's not just for Madden, but for every game, right? Anything comes out, they have to grind it out and have it be done now, right? Which is like the exact opposite of like things are put out like, oh, here's something you can play and enjoy with for a month. I'm like, hey, it's been 6 hours and I'm done already. I'm like, well, then sit on your hands for the next 3.5 weeks, man. Like, but people have that like this wild urge that takes over that they have to go get all these sets done right away. So, I mean, we got plenty more programs coming up and they're all going to have sets again. They're probably all going to have objectives to get done. So that's going to be a nice, like, I think just easy turn up. Because it's happened every single time, right? We've plussed up on it every single program so far. So it's nice. Stream's lagging. Yeah. I'm not surprised. The Wi-Fi here is not great. But the recording's good. The recording should be solid. So you guys can catch everything on YouTube tomorrow. Thank God for that when we're struggling on the Wi-Fi here at the Airbnb down in Mississippi. God, it's already too hot and humid down here.
It's freezing in Cali now. This is like it gets cold. Like for us, it gets down into the 30s. at night, and it's like 50
Ooh,
or 60.
yeah, that's what it's gonna do
freezing
here
for us.
next week. Like I thought I came down here to get away. It's been like 75 the last couple of days, and then like the high next Monday is like 50 with a low of 30. I'm like, what the shit, man? But whatever, is what it is. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember the Dolphins had played at SoFi last week, right? And had heaters on the side of the field and 55-degree weather. And I think
it was cold. There's
there's
it was
seven.
cold tonight.
They're
gonna.
they're playing in Buffalo on Saturday, and
I need.
The weather projected, I think, is 25 with 7 inches of snow during the game.
Jeez.
So that'll be interesting.
The Dolphins could go on a skid, man. A 3-game losing streak.
Fans would implode. I don't know if they could handle it, to be honest. What else we got? Chat, what else are we missing on? Oh, somebody did ask a question I wanted to ask about. A random... do you think we could get something? Because there's a lot of different presents out there now. And now that they label them, there always has been, and now they're labeled and it feels different.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think there's any possibility that they just get dropped into TVPs instead of having their own role?
Ooh, I did see a lot of people talking about that.
It's a concern.
I think even if they do get dropped in TVPs, I feel like they'd be really rare, and I feel like it should be better if you are gonna roll for presence, still to just do the individual roll for training.
Yeah, 100%.
As well as for the TVP, like it is a thing, like you can't quick sell them, so I don't know if that would like fit into the TVP. We'll see. I think it actually would be a good thing if they got put in the TVP.
I could see extra larges going in there, maybe like the limited-ish presence being in there. If that's
like
might be the only place you could roll them.
Yeah, we'll see. I really hope there are some extra large, rare ones, man. I hope we don't just get the bare minimum.
Yeah, I don't know this week. I'm excited and nervous at the same time for Thursday. Like tomorrow we'll get the reveal. Again, TJ's not going to say a whole lot. He'll release the players, probably new field pass stuff. There's going to be a new Deck the Halls thing come out, which we talked about this before. You know, those Deck the Halls against the CPU guys have been grinding that out and building champions out of it. So I know what they suck. I played 10 to get the objective done. And that 31, no freaking chance, man. Some of these, did you play through all the first 10?
Nah, dude, I've been I just got through the solos last night. I haven't
touched those yet.
Yeah, the solos actually are really easy. They take probably 30 minutes max. I just didn't play the gridiron forge ones yet because those were only for. I was just trying to get my XP up a little bit. I was like level 6 on Sunday. Like, all right, I got to get going.
Right.
Because I want the presents for the field pass. I got to get on the house rules though to get those because they give out presents too.
They do, yeah. Some lively larges at the end. I'm only level 4 or 5 right now.
Have told me to like, do you guys think presents aren't going to be that good because they're giving out so many for free? That is something to think about, but
no, I still think they could be good. I mean, they're still giving you Parham for free, and Ryan Fitzpatrick, and a Zero Chill champion. So I don't be afraid of free stuff. This is a different year. Like that's old Madden coming into your brain, right? This year's they're giving away a lot of really, really good free stuff in this comp pass. So I like because you get Parham for free and you get Dion wide receiver with 1 AP run off elite, by the way, and the 95 and 2 BND stocking stuffers and the 95 champion. I think that's a good sign, right? The presents can still be really, really good and you're getting them for free. And let's be honest, if you didn't get the glitch for the house rules, this house rules is a pain in the ass to get to level 12. I've been grinding the shit out of it and I'm like level 5. I say grinding it, but playing like 10 games a day. But that's still a lot, right? 10 games a day is a ton. Oh, I think I lost Joe. Oh, I lost everything. And we're disconnected. See if we come back. Okay, we're back. I got you back. We dropped out the stream there for a minute.
We're back.
It's still I connected to you. Okay, there we go. We're good. We're back up.
Yeah.
I know we are. I don't know if the stream's back up. Whatever. We're recording though. We can keep going.
I don't know if the stream is. Yeah. What was that? Being free. Oh, house rules. Oh, I did house rules. I did the house rules on white, but course, my house entire year, I've been
Oh, wait, hold. Right. John, I'm dropping you on the guest star too. We're losing your connection on there. You're real robotic. So I think we're going to go ahead and end the show there so that we can get this over on YouTube without it being a complete disaster. But if you can at least still hear me, I'll jump in and hit you up in Discord in a minute. But appreciate you having on. We'll be back again next week to do this all over again. All right. Appreciate you, man.